playing? Here go puppies. Be nice to your sister, okay? No more fighting. Here go boy, okay? No more fighting songs, I mean it. Ikoro. Good boy. Good boy. He's a good boy. Hi, Kitty. Hey, Kiro. Look after your little sister, okay? So these two here had a bit of a dispute earlier, which is why, if you can see, she has some marks on her face. This little boy has a bit of a short fuse, and this girl likes to play rather rough. So he overcorrects her. And it turns into aggression. Not to the point where he's trying to kill her, but where he's really being overzealous about it, and she can end up with little cuts and stuff on her. So when that happens, I have to make sure that I handle the situation and basically I have to separate the two for a few hours so that he has time to calm down and she has time to forgive him. And then once they've had their space, I reunite them and they do this little apology play dance thing and they get back to the same page. I say apology play dance because they don't usually do this any other time. It's only when they have a dispute. Where they'll stiffen up, raise up their tail, and then they just bounce around each other. Like you saw earlier. And she'll climb up on his back and encourage him, and then he'll do the little dance with her. And as you saw, he's already forgiven her for nipping at him earlier, since he just gave her muzzle a little lick. So they're back to being on good terms. But I still have to find a home for her and for him, as I've decided to keep this one. Because he is much more mild, much more placid, and would be a better service dog than this boy. Girl, don't go in there, sweetie. This boy here has problems with listening. he doesn't like to listen. He thinks disobeying is a game. So he gets a kick out of irritating me quite a bit, and will run away from me and refuse to come. And he also has a bit of an attitude issue to the point he will growl and bark at other people for no reason. He's not hostile, he's never tried to hurt anybody, he just is mouthy. He's what I would compare to a 4-year-old throwing a temper tantrum. While his brother, on the other hand, is very laid back and obedient. He has issues occasionally, but they're not quite on the same level as this boy. If he's acting up, he will shift gears pretty fast when I correct him. And I don't need to use a firm tone with him most of the time. This boy over here, who is sniffing around. He has his moments, but like I said, they're not constant. He's usually pretty obedient, even when his dad is around. This one here will outright ignore me if his dad is around, while his brother, on the other hand, will actually listen, and I can get him back on track with minimal effort. So that's why I've decided I'm going to keep his brother instead of him, which saddens me because he is rather bonded to me. As you can see, the other two are roaming around the other side over there, while he's staying close to me. Oh, his brother came back. So, of the twins, as a lot of people like to call them, Key, or the one with the black collar, is the more obedient, more submissive, much more docile and patient one, and he's basically the peacekeeper. When the other two are arguing or something, he'll go over and try and handle the dispute before I even get there. When Kage was here, Key was the one that was constantly correcting him when he would growl at me, and his corrections are much more gentle than his brother's. His corrections are mainly pushing down the snout of his sibling, rather than throwing them on the floor and trying to alpha dominate them. He doesn't usually get to that point unless he absolutely has to, unlike his brother. So, Key is much better for me, as I would trust him more. I trust them all right now around my cats, but if Sans has a temper tantrum, I don't want it being redirected to one of the cats. While Key, on the other hand, doesn't really throw temper tantrums. And even when he's giving a harsh correction, he doesn't leave marks. While Sans, on the other hand, will leave small cuts. So, in regard to the two boys, Key is definitely the one that I'm going to end up keeping, as I feel he fits me better overall. Well, that's my little update with the 3. Kuro may have a home lined up, possibly. If she doesn't, what I will likely end up doing, since my ex's 2 pets died, is giving her to him. And when it comes to the boys, there is a person lined up for Sans. So I'm not too worried about him. And I've already been keeping close watch on them when they're with the girl, since they are 5 months old, and I don't want any risk of them knocking her up. But yeah, so that's my update. Hope you like it. Bye.